Hi, this is Janet Wright, and this is a recap video where I explain to you in detail what I healed in today's group energy healing called a mini triplet energy healing. Today's date is September 15th, 2017. Hello to everybody watching. Hi. This healing was for 39 people in 4 different countries and 5 kids. So hi kids, special hello for the kids. Okay, great. So the summary of the healing today, it was 22 minutes long. Each mini triplet healing sets are a set of 3 group energy healings, and there are 3 healings within a week. So there's a Friday healing, a Sunday healing, and a Tuesday healing. And so this was the first of the 3. And so like all of the first ones of the set, it needs to be helping people get present, helping people repair their energy field. We did a lot of grounding, unblocking. Grounding is the big energy connection that you create on purpose that goes all the way down to the center of the earth. So if this is you and your aura goes all around you, in front and back and the sides, right? And it's hopefully about this wide. So go ahead and imagine a nice big red grounding for yourself. We used red in this healing the whole time. Usually I say red, orange, or yellow is fine, although each one is different. It's not like the same. You just sort of test which one and see which one you're releasing more with at that moment. If you want, you can use a red grounding because that's what the angels told me to do for this healing with everybody. So giant red grounding, imagine with your mind that it goes all the way down to the center of the earth, and you can kind of yank on it, make sure it's fastened down there. And make it big and wide as your whole aura. So my aura goes out this wide, you know, so it's like 2 feet or so all around you. So big red, you can imagine like a waterfall or a beam of light that sort of flows downward. And I actually did bring the grounding all the way up to the top of everybody's aura, just to bring, and I brought up red earth energy from the center of the earth and kind of soaked everybody's space with it, just for the first part of the healing, like maybe like 3 minutes or so of just a nice soak. So you could do that right now. Just imagine the red earth energy all the way from the center of the earth coming up at a red color, your favorite shade of red, and just bring it all the way up and just kind of soak in that and have your whole aura even above your head soaking in the red earth energy, just for a little bit, to kind of help calm down anything that's spinning or it's a little too fast, because it is possible for a chakra to be stuck and the energy not flowing enough, but it's also possible, like for example with your 7th, that it might be spinning too fast, and then that makes you overwhelmed. So a nice little earth energy soak sometimes takes care of that. And when the earth energy was all the way up like that, I just imagined everybody's grounding, so you can do that too. Imagine a copy of your own grounding, just yours, because that's really safe if you're healing yourself, rather than, you know, I would not recommend healing 39 people, even though that's what I do. It's just, there's a lot more boundaries issues that comes up with that, obviously. So just imagine your grounding out in front of you and how beautiful it is and red it is, but somewhere maybe it's not, you know, maybe it has like black shelves in it. So just comb through, use gold light coming out of the palm of each hand, your hand chakras, and your fingertip chakras, little chakras that you have in the fingertips. And just, you know, you have a 3D copy of your grounding out in front of you because you just created it with your intention. Okay, I'm making a copy of my grounding out in front of me, and then I'm using my hands to comb through and just kind of melt away the tangles, the little hard pieces of energy. So that's what I did with everybody. I used gold light, and with my intention I just imagine that the gold light is melting away the hard pieces of energy, and I particularly focused on the rugs, I call them. Rugs, like, you know, rug on the floor, you know, like at the very bottom of the grounding, right before the center of the earth. So again, that's not like near your feet. That's like miles down, right before the center of the earth, right? But your little copy shows, you know, the center of the earth and then all the way up to your third chakra. It's like a mini copy, right? So right at the bottom of your little copy, that's where these rugs can be. They're flat energy blocks. And so you just kind of imagine how many you have. Right now I have about 6 of them. So I'm just going to use gold light and take my time. Now I have 4 of them. Now I have 3. Now I have 2. There we go. Mine are gone. So now what that does is it just helps me release stuff that I wasn't able to release before with those rugs in the way, because the center of the earth causes a nice pulling down sort of action, like a suction. And so, but if you have flat energy blocks blocking that suction, then it creates more of a stagnant effect in your grounding, and you don't want that. You want a very fast, like a strong waterfall flowing down. That way you can let go of all sorts of stuff that's not you, that's in the way of your focus, that's in the way of your productivity, in the way of your peace of mind. So keep combing through your grounding with the gold light and just remind yourself, I can let go. I can let go. All right. Good job, everybody. So also, while we did that, and meanwhile the red earth energy is still all the way up here, unless you subconsciously brought it a little lower, but for the healing it was still up there. This was only like 3 minutes into the healing, and then I imagined everybody's 7th chakra, like a little mini version out in front of me. Well, actually an expanded version so I could see detail, but go ahead and just imagine only your 7th chakra out in front of you. And the 7th chakra, it's like an open cylinder shape, right? So kind of like this without the silver, hopefully. It's just purple and a cylinder, and open, a round opening in the front, and a top and a round opening at the bottom, right? But all purple, no silver, hopefully. And just what I did was I noticed that people had a lot of energy blocks like right above their 7th chakra, which creates a pressure because the 7th chakra is supposed to send energy up from the top of your head all the way up to the top of your 7th layer, and then it flows down like this really nice confidence waterfall all the way down your 7th layer to the bottom of your 7th layer under your feet, and then it draws it back up, and then it shoots it up again and goes down again, right? But if you have energy blocks above your 7th chakra, then of course this would be an enlarged version of your 7th chakra. Your 7th chakra technically is small but powerful, and it's in the top of your head, right in there. Anyway, so I have 2 videos on the 7th chakra, which I like a lot. I've always said that. They're old, but I like them. So just imagine that open cylinder shape where for the 7th it's standing up, and just clear with cold light coming from your hands any blocked energy at the bottom or at the top of your 7th chakra. And this helps you to clear away people that want to change your mind about things, because 7th chakra is for decision making, like fast, intuitive decisions and confidence. So if you use gold light and melt away any hard chunks of energy from your purple 7th chakra, then it'll help you have more confidence, because it'll help the chakra to work better, and that's what the chakra does. It generates confidence, the 7th chakra in the top of your head. And set it to your purple, the purple that you want. It's not really gospel that it has to be purple. It's just over the years I've decided that's not a bad system, you know, to do the rainbow colors. And so red at the first, orange for the second, emotions. Third, productivity, yellow for the third. And fourth chakra, motivation, green. And a light blue for the throat chakra, communications and inner voice. And then like a cobalt blue, a deeper blue for the sixth, the third eye right there. And then for the seventh chakra, a purple for confidence. So it's red, orange, yellow, green, blue, blue, violet. All right, so then I brought everybody, I encouraged everyone to bring their earth energy down, so they're grounding, you know, not be so super high. So then it was only as high as the third chakra, which is how I usually would keep my grounding. Although, you know, I do, if you listen to these videos a lot, you know that I listen to my own recap videos. You know, I think they're useful for me. You know, like one morning recently I listened to, like sometimes I don't listen to them in the morning, but because I mean, you know, I know what they say because I made them, but but I don't know, because the angels are helping me to set a certain tone to these videos. So it really helped me have a really productive morning just while I was, you know, feeding my animals, my cats and my dogs, and making my own breakfast and eating my breakfast, to listen to a recap or two. You know, just like half listen while I'm doing my thing. It really helped me a lot. So I always recommend half listening. You know, I mean, obviously I like fully focused meditation as well, but there really is, even for people that do fully focused meditation like myself very regularly, half meditating, you know, maybe before you get a chance for the full focused meditation, it can be really, really helpful to kind of not waste time, you know, and not get overly scattered. It's great. Good stuff. All right, so I brought the grounding back down, and then again I checked at the bottom to check to melt away the rugs that people had at the bottom of their grounding, because it's really easy, you know, when you're releasing a lot like you are in these healings, that, you know, you need to clear the rugs like pretty often. Like right now I have 3 rugs because I'm clearing a lot as I talk about this information and make this video. So it's not bad, like, oh my god, I'm a failure, I'm blocked. No, it's not that serious, you know. It just takes me a couple seconds to clear my rugs. So I have 3 at the bottom. So imagine a copy of your grounding out in front of you. It's possible that, you know, you're releasing a lot by watching me, by thinking about this healing, maybe practicing what I'm saying. So how many rugs do you have at the bottom of your grounding right now? And just intuitively think, oh, I have 55, or oh, I have 2, you know, whatever. And just, you know, with gold light. The only reason I intuit the number, because then I like giving myself a progress report. So I have 2, but they're kind of thick. And so now I just have 1. Good job, Janet. So, you know, tell yourself good job, you know, and say your name. I'm still using gold light. There we go. I got rid of my other rug, excuse me. Okay, and then this is when I had everybody ask their angels to clean out their grounding. And the reason I did that was just because I noticed that some people had like foreign energy in their grounding, which is like beings or entities. And I know some people are gonna freak out about that, but don't freak out about it. It's like, you know, if you think of the human body, like we have bacteria in our intestines that are really good, and then we have bacteria in our intestines that are not so good, and so that's why you eat healthy, that's why you have probiotics, to just keep the good bacteria and not the bad bacteria. Well, spiritually speaking, there's really no spirit that needs to be in your system. You know, like physically we need the good bacteria in our intestines, right? But spiritually, any spirit that is hanging out in your energy field is in the way, blocking your focus, you know, making you more spacey, maybe making you more irritable, affecting the clarity of your decision making. And it's not like, you know, like the horror movies and stuff. It's a very subtle effect very often. But anyway, so we just had the angels clean out grounding. So you can do that right now. Just, you know, in your mind, just say, angels, can you please clean everything that's not me out of my grounding. And you don't have to be able to see your angels for it to work, because angels, you have angels that are assigned to you to take care of you throughout this life, and they hear you perfectly. So if you just say it in your mind, angels, please clean out my grounding for me, and you know, clear out anything that's not me out of my grounding, and then just chill while they do the work. And just you know, maybe wiggle your toes or touch your face or something, so you stay present in your body, because if you focus on how it feels, how your skin feels, it's going to keep you present. So you just kind of do some kind of body thing if you need to, if you feel like you're getting spacey or distracted. There we go. So it doesn't take long. Angels are like super capable, so they can do things fast. So at that point, it was 5 minutes into the healing. So, oh, and this time we did a little bit longer. Like normally I say hello to everybody one by one before the healing starts. And I did that this time, of course, as well. But this time I also gave myself another healing after I said hello to everybody. So if the participants, like, they see the time that the healing started when they get their survey email today, and then they realize like, oh, but I felt something 15 minutes before that this time. Well, that's because I said hello to everybody one at a time and their angels, and then I healed myself even more, and then we started. So the official start time was, you know, I mean, we did the pre-hello stuff, and then I healed myself again, and then we did the 22-minute healing. It was 22 minutes this time. So anyway, so like I said, that was the 5-minute mark. And then meaning that all that I just described was done in 5 minutes. Because it's just really deep work when I don't have to explain and talk to people while I work. So I'm just looking at my notes for a sec so I can get a sense of the next 5 minutes. So this was like 5 minutes to 10 minutes into the healing. Yeah, this was basically 5 to 10 minutes into the healing, was working on all the chakras at once. Just gold light, and I don't usually use a doll when I heal. Well, yeah, and so I just imagine, you know, everybody, all the 39 people, please do not do that part. Just do yourself. It's not very safe to do it unless you have a lot of angel help and etc. experience. But anyway, so just imagine your chakras all out in front of you, like, you know, like if this is you, you know, 7th is here, 6th is here, 5th is here, 4th is here, 3rd is here, 2nd is here, 1st is here. I mean, in the body, you know, but at those heights. But just imagine, you know, 7 cylinders out in front of you, and 6 through 1 are like cylinders on their side, like this way, you know. And the big side is in the front of your body, and then the slightly smaller side is in the back. Spilling water on myself. And again, no silver on the chakras. You know, that just happens to be the color of my mug. Okay, so I just used gold light up and down all the chakras at once, and I was kind of looking for if there's any energy blocks wrapped around all the chakras, and if there were, which, you know, everybody has that usually, so I just melted it away with gold light. And I did the 7th chakra a little bit extra, and then I did 6 through 1 all at once. And then so as you imagine that, you know, your little 6 through 1 like our cylinders on their side, and then the 7th is cylinder standing up, open cylinder. So you can just imagine, like, because for me right now, and again, just imagine yourself, right? So for me though, I have like a white sort of, like, it's like white, like t-shirt fabric, and it's just a past life piece of fear, like a fear energy block from a past life, which you don't have to know. You can just be like, I sense something there that's not supposed to be there. Or just with your intention, if you can't see, you just, okay, with my intention, I am running gold light through a copy of all my chakras, And with my intention, I'm just imagining that there must be some energy blocks and I'm melting them away with this gold light, you know? But I'm just describing to you an example of what might be there. So anyway, it's like a white t-shirt fabric and it's a past life fear. So I'm just using gold light to kind of, and it just sort of gets thinner and thinner and thinner. And you gotta relax though, you can't try too hard, otherwise it takes forever. Yeah, so mine just went away. It just cleared. So, so you can also have energy blocks. A lot of times I talk about energy blocks at the round opening in the top and the round opening at the bottom, but you can also have energy blocks like sort of in the middle of the chakra, like in there, you know? So if it's 6 through 1, they're oriented this way. So like in here maybe, you know, like little black or white, you know, round, flat energy blocks just kind of jammed in there. Or if it's the 7th chakra standing up this way, then, you know, just little round discs of, you know, hardened energy. That makes it hard for your spirit to be there and really be there a lot. And so I focused on that. I help people to, you know, clear the energy blocks that they were ready to clear, because you only want to clear what you're ready to clear at that time, which for you that'll probably work that way, but for me I could kind of overheal somebody because I'm working with so many people, so I do need to be careful to, you know, have my intention that, you know, because there might be someone who's more advanced who's very motivated to let go of a lot of energy, and someone who's maybe, you know, got a hectic day that they're not that motivated. And so I want to just, the gold light really accommodates that though pretty well, but I still want to be careful with that and only help people release what they're ready for. But anyway, so with your copy, just imagine any like sort of hard discs in the center of your chakra, like your 7th chakra, let's say. And so for me, I have like maybe, they're pretty thin just because I did this healing earlier today. So mine are like, it's like white pieces of paper, like maybe about 15 in there, in the center of my 7th chakra. So I'm just using gold light, and also I can bring up purple earth energy because it's my 7th chakra, so purple is a nice color. So I bring up purple earth energy from the center of the earth, and I just kind of soak those energy blocks and then the gold light, and that helps. Yeah, so mine just cleared. So for me, I just feel like a little less tension here because it just kind of popped more of my spirit into my physical body, which then the more present you are, it just causes this positive chain reaction and you release a lot of blocked energy, because as you come in, you kind of knock out what's not you, and so you get like flow in a whole bunch of places. So go ahead and unblock your grounding. Just double check your grounding, make a copy out in front of you, and just comb through your grounding. Maybe it's still red, and if it's not, if it's like a weird color like gray or black, just like with your intention, reset it to be red, and then just unblock. Maybe there are rugs at the bottom, those energy blocks at the bottom. For me, I don't have any at the moment. Yay me. But you want to look at your grounding. And so then I did that same process with chakra 6 through 1, like all at once. So you just imagine all these cylinders out in front of you, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and they're again a little bit bigger in the front than they are in the back, but you can kind of turn your model however you want, and just gold light, and just imagine the little hard discs in the center of each one, if there are any, and just melt them away with the gold light. And you can even just use an affirmation like, I can let go, I can be more present. And definitely take deep breaths as you do that. Okay, and then we expanded more all the chakras, like I explained in my little summary in the beginning. I noticed a sample person had tighter chakras, smaller and tighter chakras, the lower down along the spine that I looked. And you want them all to be big and generating a lot of energy and very flowing, so that your spirit can really easily be there. Because it's kind of like you're a fish and you want to swim in water. You don't want to swim through rocks and, you know, sand, right? You want to swim through water. So you need a lot of flow in order to be really present. I imagined any hardness in the first layer for people that they were ready to clear, and I just, you know, ran gold light through it, and it was in the front and the back of the first layer, but also in the sides of the first layer. So like right along here, you know, and right along here, just right up against the body, that first like 3 inches right up against the body. And so you can imagine that for yourself. You know, imagine your body out in front of you, a copy of your body out in front of you, a little mini copy, and just any hardness right real close to your skin that you're ready to release right now, and just use gold light and just kind of break up the hardness with the gold light, and just kind of, you know, then it's sort of like pebbles instead of solid rock, and then it starts to fall down your grounding all the way down to the center of the earth. You can just kind of keep combing through your grounding, make sure it gets all the way down to the center of the earth so that the center of the earth can absorb it. And then it goes back to wherever it belongs, and you've really let go of it. And so the more you do that, the more you get this open flow, and then the red from your first chakra can kind of fill up your first layer with this flowy, safe feeling, financial stability, courage. And so that's what I did for people. And the more I did that, and then I did too, like a little bit with the chakras, just like it's okay, they can be big, they can, you know, kind of expand. So then people's chakras expanded enough and they got even more present. So, and then again, I checked the grounding. So check your grounding. And you know, when I work with people, sometimes people misunderstand, like, oh, group healing, I don't want to mish with everybody else's energy. You don't. Like, I just imagine everybody completely separate. It's like you're in your own world, he's in his own world, she's in her own world. You know, I don't like mush everybody, you know. Not at all. That would not be healthy. So anyway, just imagine you're grounding and check the bottom, because that was, you know, a lot to clear the fears close around your body, right, in your first layer. So then just double check your grounding and see if you have any rugs at the bottom. I have one at the bottom. So those are flat energy blocks right before the center of the earth. And they can be black, they can be white, they can be gray, whatever. There, mine cleared. And if you have any weird cloudy funkiness in your grounding, which is possible, just ask your angels to clear it out. So I have a little bit of cloudy funkiness. It just sort of looks like a dust storm or something down there. So I'm just gonna say, angels, can you please clean out my grounding and the dusty energy down there. In my case, it's actually people. This time it's not like beings or anything, it's just 2 different people. But obviously my grounding is just for me and your grounding is just for you. Because even if somebody's nice, if they're in your grounding, it's going to really block you up. People sometimes don't realize that. Okay. So then that was pretty much the halfway mark of the healing. And then we did more of the first layer clearing, which again I've already kind of described, but we specifically cleared fear of death and dying. Not like everybody's fear of death and dying that they ever have had in the universe in the history of time, but it just seemed like that was what the particular fear that was triggered at that time. So it's like if you're afraid of loved ones passing away, or you're afraid that you will pass away someday, you know, a lot of people maybe aren't conscious of that kind of fear, but maybe subconsciously there's a little bit of it. So what we did, I mean, I did, you know, melting away the energy blocks again, and that would be right in the first layer. But I also did a blanket exercise with people. So I think I'm gonna jump to that for now. So imagine like a big blanket out in front of you, out in front of your aura of universal gold light, like a picnic blanket spread out, and just heap onto the blanket whatever amount you're ready to clear today about fear of death, fear of dying, fear of other people dying, whatever, fear of getting sick, fear of growing old, all that sort of stuff. And just see how big a pile that is. And then just go ahead, and again, that's just what you're ready to clear today, so it'll make you feel better, make you feel calmer. It's all good. And just use gold light and just melt it down, melt the pile, make it smaller. Just imagine maybe you have a gold hose or a gold flamethrower, and you can have your angels help you to reduce the pile too if you're starting to get, you know, if you're feeling like, oh my god, my pile's not getting smaller. And so just, you know, with your mind, if that's the case, just be like, angels, can you help me melt this pile? I asked my angels just for fun, you know, because I was walking you through that, and they're like, Janet, you don't need help. So anyway, so then if you have any left over that's not melting, just wrap it up in the blanket and then give it to your angels and ask them to help you with that. My angel's like, okay, Janet, this time. Your angels probably won't say that. It's just that, I mean, I could have cleared it all. I was just walking you guys through, and sometimes people, they feel like they can't clear it all, so that's that. Okay, so then also above the top of the aura, so if here's the top of the aura, then the 8th chakra is like maybe at least 3 or 4 feet above that. A lot of times it's even like 10 feet above that, but it's shining down gold light down on your aura, and you want it to be able to sink in so that you feel that 8th chakra energy, which is really comforting. So I help people clear energy blocks, like little flat, hard pieces of energy that was just above the top of their aura. And so you can imagine if you have any energy block, I mean, you probably do. It's one of those places you could always clear more. So you just imagine a couple that would be really good for you to clear right now above the top of your aura. And mine look like white, like, you know, records, like, you know, square, flat, hard pieces of energy, like white, or white tile, maybe, square white tile. And so you could bring up purple earth energy from the center of the earth, you know, just with your intention to soak them in the purple earth energy, and then gold light from your hands. And just relax, don't try too hard, wiggle your toes, feel your body. There, mine cleared. So what that does is it just allows the 8th chakra energy that your 8th chakra is generating up there to reach you better, to reach you in a more pure state, so then you feel more calm, and you have sort of a deeper sense that things happen for a reason and that things are okay, which is awesome, of course. So that was up to the 15-minute mark in the healing. I'm just going to page 2 of my notes, and oops, I need to tape my notes up again. Usually my notes are on just one page. Okay. Oh, so this is where we did repair in the back of the aura. I checked because a lot of times you want to repair your aura like first thing, you know, when you're meditating. Because if you have a gaping hole back there, it's like you're really unfocused. But the angels, I guess, people's rips and tears back there weren't so bad. So they didn't have me do it until, you know, 15 minutes into the healing. So anyway, that's cool. So I just used gold light back here for everybody, so you can imagine like like here in your aura, like if your aura goes out to here, so this whole area right here, behind your head, behind your neck, and just kind of wash it out with gold light. And I saw like some hard like chunks of energy, or like definitely hard chunks of energy, but even like poles or spears, you know, hard things that were stuck in the back of people's energy field. So I just used gold light to melt it all out. And then I layer by layer back here. The inner two were okay at that point in the healing, but it was 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you know, the outer more layers in the aura that I had to comb through a lot. And I just kind of soaked them with lots of gold light, like just the 7th layer, and then the 6th and the 5th layer, and then the 4th and the 3rd layer, again behind the head. And so the more hardness you clear away, then it's sort of like whoosh, your energy just starts flowing there, your energy and your color. And so it's like all this sort of, it's kind of like water gushing in, because your energy flows like water when it's flowing properly. And then I did a little bit extra on the back of all the chakras, just not the very back opening, well, yeah, the very back opening, to make sure it's unblocked back here. Well, okay, this would be the back, right? Because the back of like chakra 6 through 1, it's a little smaller, the opening in the back than in the front. It's still significant, you know, so you can release a lot. And it's not silver again. So it would be like cobalt, light blue, green, you know, on down, yellow, orange, red. And again, that's not like a given. It's like you set it with your intention. If you never healed your chakras before, it could be that all your chakras are kind of a blackish color, particularly your body chakras. Because like say if you've done like therapy maybe for 2 years or something, a lot of times that'll lighten up your astral body, your spirit body. Or if you've done a lot of yoga, maybe that'll lighten up and heal your astral body, your energy, your spirit body. But your physical body has its own set of 7 chakras, and those you kind of have to be present to clear them out, or do something like this, some sort of conscious process, to get them light and flowing. Looking at my notes. So I just imagine all the chakras, you know, the back of like 6 through 1, and just, you know, help people be in that back half of each of the chakras. So you can just, you know, because you're probably like, since you've been following along with this video, you're probably pretty, you know, fairly present in the center of all the chakras. But now we're talking about the back half of all the chakras. So I used gold light and helped everybody to kind of click in more into the back half of each of these chakras. So you can just take your time and do that. And, you know, start with the 7th, and well, the 7th doesn't really, it has more of a top and a bottom. So I did a little bit of that for sure. I did the bottom. So click into the bottom of your 7th chakra, and then, but then the 6th through 1, since they're on their side like that, they're like cylinders like this, you know, like 7, like 6 is in here, you know, 5 is in here, but it's not as big as this. 4 is in the chest, you know. So anyway, I lost my place on my notes. So anyway, yeah, so just click into the back half of all the chakras. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can do 3, 2, and 1 all at once, and just unblock the back and just run so much gold light through the back half of 3, 2, and 1 of your physical body, chakras 3, 2, and 1, that you just kind of pop in, click, click, click. And that's possible even if you're a newbie. The trick is then clearing and releasing so much and changing your, I call them micro decisions, like little decisions that you make throughout the day, you know, changing those decisions so that you're leading a more balanced and self-healing day, that then you actually stay in all your chakras all day long. And that takes quite a bit of consistent work over time to do that. But with good technique, even a newbie can pop into all their 7 chakras with really good technique, you know, like I teach. Look at my notes. Oh, then chakras 2 and 1. The angels had me check chakra alignment, which is just, are the chakras in a straight line? Because they can be kind of knocked out of alignment. And 2 and 1 on my sample person, and therefore a lot of people were still a little like off, a little knocked out of center. So I looked, because a fun way to do it, to fix alignment of chakras, I mean, you could heal 2 and 1 to click them back, but you can also find energy blocks in the grounding, you know, all the way down. And just imagine with your intention any energy blocks that are in your grounding. So go ahead, your copy of your grounding out in front of you, and then just imagine some hard chunks of energy that are messing with your energy release, and therefore keeping your chakras out of alignment. And just imagine, for me, it's like 6 black rocks, you know, and so I'm just running gold light through the black rocks. Now I only have 4, and I'm running gold light through them, and I'm just relaxing, wiggling my toes. Now I only have 2, and I'm surrounding them with gold light, melting away any energy cords going into them, and there, they all melted now. And that did help me to get more into my first chakra, I felt like. So anyway, we're really close to the end of the healing now. It was pretty much already at the 20-minute mark. I just did 2 minutes over. So I combed through the very top and the very bottom of people's aura all at once. So like, you imagine a copy of your aura out in front of you, and that space above your head, that's still your aura, the top of all the aura layers, and the space that's below your feet on all the aura layers, and just comb them out all at once, and that usually feels pretty nice. So just go ahead, comb the top and the bottom out with gold light, just kind of relax. Just be like, hey, I can let go. I can have my flow. My energy can flow. And breathe deeply. There you go. And I just so people could finish the healing with like that comforting 8th chakra energy being received and felt, I just, one last time, I helped clear energy blocks above the top of the aura that are blocking that gold sun 8th chakra energy a little bit. So you can just imagine 1 or 2 up there just above your aura that you're ready to clear, and just melt them away with gold light and purple earth energy and gold light. There you go. So then you feel the 8th chakra energy more shining down, and you can just imagine sponging it up to your eternal wisdom and eternal healing energy. And then I just ask people to have a final blessing from their own angels. So you can do that right now, just with your mind. Just say, angels, can you help me heal so that I feel really great? And while your angels are doing that, you just focus on receiving the gold light that your angels are using and letting go. So releasing into your grounding. You can even redo your grounding if you want. Nice big new red grounding as high as your 3rd chakra, as wide as your whole aura, even behind you, and connected all the way down to the center of the earth. Nice and wide and flowing all the way down there. All right, good job everybody. So that's all we did in the healing. And the rest of the healings will continue to be about releasing fear, but also releasing guilt, which we did do in the last triplet set as well, but it was just so beneficial for myself personally and a lot of participants that I decided to repeat that combo of releasing fear and releasing guilt. All right, bye.